Tesla recently shared quite a few interesting and exciting Optimus updates, so stick around as I share what was recently revealed. I'm John, and this is Cleanerwatt. Recently, during Tesla's We Robot event where they unveiled their Cybercab, Tesla also showed off Optimus. In addition to that, Tesla released a video on X and also on YouTube with Optimus walking around and doing various tasks, and I'm going to talk about that. And then also, Elon did mention an update for Optimus in the recent investors conference call. So I want to start first of all with a new video that Tesla published once again on X and on YouTube. And in this video, Optimus is seen walking around what I believe to be the 4680 battery factory at Gigafactory, Texas. And specifically, it's pointed out that Optimus is walking more confidently. In addition to that, it's pointed out that Optimus can navigate around obstacles and people autonomously. That's a big deal. That means that Optimus is doing this by itself without human intervention here, moving around people and obstacles. This video also shows Optimus making a video map of the surroundings that they have experienced. And apparently that is able to be saved and shared with other bots. So once an Optimus robot has walked around and kind of mapped an area, other robots will have the advantage of knowing that space before they even enter that space. This is pretty incredible, and especially in the future because each robot will have the experience of thousands and eventually millions of other robots. So this is an incredible thing to think about, that each Optimus robot will get better because of the other Optimus robots. This video also shows Optimus navigating to and connecting itself to a charger, and specifically the docking lineup is enabled by a rear camera, which is confirmed in this video. I wasn't sure if Optimus had cameras in the rear yet, and this is a confirmation that Optimus does have at least one rear camera. Optimus is then shown sorting batteries once again, and this is a task that we've seen in a previous video. But in that previous video, it did not show Optimus lifting that particular tray. But here we see the robot is able to lift an 11 kilogram tray of 4680 batteries, which actually calculates to a little bit over 24 pounds of payload that Optimus is able to carry. Now, all of that so far is pretty exciting, but even more excitingly, Optimus is shown in this video walking upstairs. And it's incredible just how smoothly and how confidently Optimus is able to climb these stairs. The last part of this video actually shows Optimus interacting with humans. And the humans in this video are waving and pointing to either a drink or a snack. And Optimus responds by handing them a drink or a snack. Now, to provide further context, I want to share this post on X by Milan Kovac. And it looks like Milan Kovac actually works at Tesla, specifically in the Optimus engineering team. Specifically, I want to highlight this section where Milan wrote, quote, "Finally, Optimus started learning to interact with humans. We trained its neural net to hand over snacks and drinks upon gestures/voice requests." The confirmation there that Tesla is training Optimus to respond not only to gestures, but voice requests is really exciting because this is, of course, something that other bot companies have demonstrated. And it's something that I was waiting for Tesla to demonstrate because obviously it's something that's needed if a robot like Optimus is going to be someone who is a companion or a helper around the house or at a job site. You need to be able to communicate very efficiently and very quickly with the robot, and gestures and voice commands, of course, makes a lot of sense. It's good to see that Tesla is working that capability into Optimus. Okay, moving past that video, at Tesla's We Robot event, we got really a nice sneak peek at Optimus's new Gen 3 22 Degrees of Freedom hands. And this is something that specifically Elon Musk did talk about in the recent investors conference call when he mentioned, quote, "And then with Optimus, we showed a massive improvement in Optimus dexterity on October 10, and our next gen hand and forearm, which is 22 degrees of freedom, which is double the prior hand or forearm. It's extremely human-like, and so it's much better at tactile sensing." So as Elon mentioned, the previous version of the Optimus hands had 11 degrees of freedom. And for comparison, the human hand, if you do research on that, which includes the wrist movements and the finger movements and the movements of the hand, the human hand is said to have 27 degrees of freedom. So now that they're up to 22 degrees of freedom, that is nearly the same as the human hand. And when you see Optimus's hand moving around, it's just really incredible to see how it's able to move and how smoothly it's able to move. With that being said, I want to highlight specifically a video that was shared by Dirty Tesla on X, and I recommend that you go subscribe to Dirty Tesla on YouTube and also on X. But nonetheless, in this video at the October 10 We Robot event, you can see here this new generation hand moving around, and it's really impressive how smooth and how well this is moving. And you can see there what looks like tendons, which I'll talk about shortly, these tendon-like structures there. But nonetheless, this new gen hand is really impressive. Now, when it comes to how that compares to the competition, I did this in previous videos. I created these charts in previous videos, but for example, Figure 2, which is Figure AI's latest robot here, humanoid robot, their hands have 16 degrees of freedom. In addition to that, I also compared Optimus to 1X's Neo in a previous video, and Neo has 20 degrees of freedom for its hands. So the new robot hand from Tesla even outdoes 1X Neo's hand. Now, once again, that video shared by Dirty Tesla shows the tendon-like pieces coming out of the wrist there. And you can see that specifically in this video. This is something that Dr. Scott Walter, which is someone I also interviewed on this channel in the past, specifically wrote about on X. And Scott wrote, quote, "Tendons in tension is intentional. The most awesomest images of the new 23 degree of freedom Optimus Gen 3 hand go to @DirtyTesla. From his images, we can clearly see that each finger has 4 tendons. No more torsion spring return. Because tendons suck in compression, all movements need to be done in tension. So opposing motion either needs a spring or an opposing tendon to reverse the motion. Gen 1-2 used a tendon for finger flexion, close, but extension, open, used torsion springs in the knuckles, no more. We can clearly see a lower tendon for flexion, left, and an upper tendon for extension, right. We can also see the abduction tendon pair in the left image. By definition, a tendon connects from muscle to bone, so one end is potted in the fingertip bone, and the other is connected to an actuator muscle, 4 tendons per finger, that is, 5 times 4 equals 20 actuators, plus the 2 actuators for the wrist. This means the servo stack consists of 22 actuators. The servo stack is likely a 3-ring circus of actuators. It's really incredible what Tesla is doing with this new Gen 3 Optimus hand, and this whole tendon approach is something that specifically another company is working on, and I highlighted this in a past video. The CEO of 1X Technologies, Bernd Bornich, was interviewed on the S3 YouTube channel, and the video was specifically called "We'll Build 100,000 Humanoids by 2027, and in that video, the CEO said, quote, "Our system works by having some very strong motors that allows us to pull tendons, loosely inspired by muscles, so that you can get these beautiful dynamics that you see in nature." Now, beyond just the 22 degrees of freedom, Elon specifically once again in that Q3 2024 investors conference call mentioned specifically it's extremely human-like and it's so much better at tactile sensing. Now, Tesla showed in a previous video that Optimus's hands do have sensors on each finger, and these sensors allow Optimus to grab delicate objects without breaking them, like, for example, an egg, as in this demo video. However, once again, this demo video here is with their 11 degree of freedom hands, not with their new 22 degree of freedom hands. And so as Elon mentioned, the new hands are actually much better for tactile sensing, which is impressive because the old hands could pick up a fragile egg without breaking it. And I imagine now these new 22 degrees of freedom hands are able to pick up even more delicate objects and have way more finesse than ever before. It's able to pick up heavy objects and light objects, objects that are fragile and objects that are robust. And apparently it can adjust for those objects to provide the right amount of force. Okay, with that being said, now moving to the We Robot event. During that event, robots, these Optimus robots were seen walking around people that went to the event. In addition, the robots served people drinks, handed them snacks, etc. There was a choreographed dance as well. But during the event, Elon Musk specifically provided some commentary, and he said, quote, "We've made a lot of progress with Optimus. We started with someone in a robot suit, then we've progressed dramatically year after year. So if you extrapolate this, you're really going to have something spectacular, something that anyone could own." Elon followed that up by once again confirming that they're looking to keep this robot affordable. Specifically, Elon wrote, quote, "I think at scale, this would cost something like, I don't know, $20,000 to $30,000, probably less than a car is my prediction long term. With that being said though, I don't expect the Optimus robot to start out at that price because Elon followed that up with a little bit of clarification here, quote, "It'll take us a minute to get to the long term, but fundamentally, at scale, you should be able to buy an Optimus robot for, I think, probably $20,000 to $30,000. So with these statements from Elon Musk, it's very possible that the first Optimus robots that are commercially available will be quite a bit more expensive than this. Of course, with their vehicles, Tesla started with a relatively expensive Roadster, and then they moved to a less expensive and higher volume Model S and X. And then from there, they brought the even more affordable Model 3 and Model Y. So I imagine Tesla's Optimus robot will be the same way. The first initial commercially available version will be more expensive, but as Tesla ramps up volume and comes out with various iterations of the robot, it will come down in price. And once again, hopefully it will be in that $20,000 to $30,000 price range, because at a $20,000 or $30,000 price range, if you can finance that, the monthly payments would not be that crazy, and a decent amount of people can probably afford that, especially if the robot is able to do a lot of useful things and actually maybe do a lot of tasks that you would normally have to pay a human for, and you could actually save money by having an Optimus robot versus having a human do those tasks. It will be interesting to see just how capable Optimus is when it actually is commercially available, but the future looks exciting based on what we know about it so far. When it comes to Optimus's capabilities, Elon added at that event, quote, "It'll basically do anything you want. So it can be a teacher, babysit your kids, it can walk your dog, mow your lawn, get the groceries, just be your friend, serve drinks, whatever you can think of, it will do." So of course, Elon was specifically talking about personal uses for the robot, using the robot to do various tasks for you or be your companion. But of course, Optimus has a lot of commercial appeal too, and could do more menial and dangerous jobs that maybe is hard to fill with humans, and have the Optimus robot doing those. And specifically, when it comes to commercial applications, Elon did address that as well at the robot event, because he mentioned, quote, "They'll," speaking about the Optimus robots, "be producing products and services. I predict the cost of products and services will decline dramatically, and basically anyone will be able to have any products and services they want. It will be an age of abundance, the likes of which almost no one has envisioned. It will be something special." Now, previously when Tesla has demoed their Optimus robot, it was not allowed to freely walk among people and interact with people in the crowd. But at this specific event, Optimus was actually able to walk around the people, interact with them, and there were various tasks that it was doing, like, for example, serving drinks and handing out snacks. Specifically, Elon at the event, when he was introducing this portion of the event, said, quote, "Optimus is not a canned video. It's not walled off. The Optimus robots will walk among you. Please be nice to the Optimus robots." So you'll be able to walk right up to them, and they'll serve drinks at the bar. After Elon Musk said that, he pointed the attention of the crowd over to a gazebo where a number of Optimus robots were dancing in that gazebo, and it was really interesting to see how smooth they were able to move. And then once again, during the robot event, the robots were walking around people, and they were serving drinks and snacks. Now, I do want to make some notes about that, because these robots during the event, when they were walking around and interacting with people, were not fully autonomous. Not only did Optimus have Tesla employee handlers around them just to make sure that nothing happened, but also in addition to that, the robots were actually able to talk to people around them, but when you hear the voice, it's really clear that the voice is a human's voice, not a robot's voice. So there was a teleoperator somewhere controlling these robots, and they were speaking to the crowd through the robots. So the voice was not actually robotic, but it was actually a human voice, I believe, speaking through. And in addition, in this specific video clip shared by Dirty Tesla on X, the humanoid robot, actually the human speaking through the humanoid robot, said, "I am not fully autonomous." So it was clear that the robot here was being assisted by a human. Nonetheless, this does show the direction that Tesla is going, and I believe this event could even be used as training. So everything and every person that the robot interacted with, I believe that did help train Optimus for the future. So I believe that Tesla not only used this event to show off what the future of the technology looks like, but I believe they could have gained a lot of training material from this event as well. I don't know about you, but I'm really impressed with these latest updates from Tesla. And Elon Musk, during their recent investors conference call, did reiterate, quote, "I feel confident in saying that we have the most advanced humanoid robot by a long shot. And we're moreover the only company that really has all of the ingredients necessary to scale humanoid robots." Now, as a reminder, when it comes to Tesla's production timeline for Optimus, this comes from Tesla's Q2 2024 investors conference call when Elon Musk said, quote, "Optimus is already performing tasks in our factory, and we expect to have Optimus production version 1 and limited production starting early next year. This will be for Tesla consumption, but we expect to have several thousand Optimus robots produced and doing useful things by the end of next year in the Tesla factories, and then in 2026, ramping up production quite a bit. At that point, we'll be providing Optimus robots to outside customers. That will be a production version 2 of Optimus." So if Elon Musk's predictions come true, and if he's right with his timeline there, we're not that far off from commercialization of Optimus. And Tesla's progress, once again, with Optimus has been incredibly fast, and it's been a lot of fun to watch, and I can't wait to see the future. Do let me know what you think about all this in the comments section below, and also I'd like to say once again, thank you to all of those of you who support me through Patreon. Your support makes a big difference and does help make these videos possible. If you'd like to find out more about how you can support my work through Patreon, I will put a link in the video description. Thank you so much.